Esther Chapter 1. In the days of Ahasuerus, the same Ahasuerus who reigned from India to Ethiopia over 127 provinces. During this time, King Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom in the palace of Shushan. In the 3rd year of his reign, he hosted a grand feast for all his princes and servants, including the officials of Persia and Media, as well as the nobles and governors from the various provinces who were in attendance. This feast showcased the wealth and splendor of his magnificent kingdom and his majestic glory, lasting for a total of 180 days. Once these festivities concluded, the king organized a 7-day feast for all the people present at the palace in Shushan, from the greatest to the least. This banquet took place in the courtyard of the king's garden. The decor featured hangings of white, green, and blue, secured with fine linen and purple cords to silver rings and marble pillars. The couches were made of gold and silver, resting on a floor adorned with red, blue, white, and black marble. They served drinks in vessels of gold, each unique in its design, and provided an abundance of royal wine, all in accordance with the king's generosity. The king issued a decree that allowed each person to drink as they pleased, in accordance with the law, without any compulsion. This was a directive given to all the officials of his palace. Meanwhile, Queen Vashti also hosted a feast for the women in the royal palace of King Ahasuerus. On the 7th day, when the king's heart was filled with wine and merriment, he commanded his eunuchs, Mehuman, Biztha, Harbona, Bigtha, Abagtha, Zethar, and Carcas, who served in his presence, to bring Queen Vashti before him, wearing her royal crown, to display her beauty to the people and the princes, for she was indeed lovely. However, Queen Vashti refused to obey the king's command, which was delivered by his eunuchs. This greatly angered the king, and his fury burned within him. In response, the king sought the counsel of wise men who understood the laws and judgments, as was his custom. Among these wise men were Carshena, Shethar, Admatha, Tarshish, Meres, Marsena, and Mehuman, the 7 princes of Persia and Media who had access to the king and held the highest positions in the kingdom. The king inquired, "What should we do according to the law with Queen Vashti because she did not obey the king's command, delivered by his eunuchs?" Mehuman, one of the wise men, answered before the king and the princes, saying, "Queen Vashti has not only wronged the king but also all the princes and all the people in the provinces of King Ahasuerus. For this matter will be known to all women, causing them to despise their husbands when they hear that King Ahasuerus commanded Queen Vashti to be brought before him, but she refused. Likewise, the wives of Persia and Media will respond to their husbands in the same manner today because they have heard about the actions of Queen Vashti. There will be widespread contempt and anger. If it pleases the king, let a royal decree be issued, written in the laws of the Persians and Medes, which cannot be altered, stating that Queen Vashti shall never again come before King Ahasuerus, and the king should grant her royal position to another who is more worthy. When the king's decree is published throughout his vast empire, for it is indeed extensive, all wives, regardless of their status, will honor their husbands." The proposal found favor with both the king and the princes. King Ahasuerus acted upon Mehuman's advice and sent letters to all the provinces in the kingdom, addressing each people in their own language. The letters decreed that every man should be the master in his own house, and they were sent out in various languages throughout the kingdom.